The name AltaVoice comes from raising the voice of patients, amplifying the voice of patients. So what we do is go direct to patient communities, working very closely with advocacy groups and other organizations that are trusted by those communities. And we help them collect information directly from the patients about a particular disease indication, make that information publicly available to whoever needs it. Academic researchers, pharmaceutical companies, advocacy groups, to raise the awareness of disease and also help understanding of disease. I'll give you an example of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We've got the world's largest disease database in muscular dystrophy. Over 4,500 people have joined, but we also have the genetic information of many of those patients. They opt in, complete medical questionnaires, upload their genetic testing results, and then we curate that data to confirm the diagnosis. We've been able to recruit out of that one database for over 26 trials around the world. It's in multiple different languages. And we can actually do exon skipping trials because we can find the genetics, people with a certain mutation and a certain phenotype. We're doing a very similar thing in the blood cancer space in Latin America as well, where we partner with the advocacy groups. They do the outreach, marketing, recruitment of the patient community. They opt in, give us their information about their disease. Down there it's a little different because you need to understand how far are they traveling? How are they getting care? It's been interesting. The different continents have different things they're interested in from, what's important to a patient. So it's been a really interesting learning experience doing more international types of programs. We work with academia as well. We have an example with Memorial Sloan Kettering, UPenn, Mayo, and Harvard. This is a cancer program where we're looking for clinical variants of unknown significance. And in that case, we've actually partnered with diagnostic testing labs. The people that are actually doing the genetic test results. They include a flyer to the program that goes back to the physicians, goes back to the patients, asking them to come and tell us about their family history. How were they diagnosed? What diseases they had? And that really makes that information that you're collecting on the genetic side much more valuable. So using that information, we can recruit into deeper academic research studies. So it's really about, again, amplifying that patient voice, putting the patients at the center of this data, and then sharing it with academia, pharmaceutical companies, advocacy groups, anyone that needs this data to push forward a treatment. The way that we've done it is we work with IRBs very closely. We use central IRBs, so Chesapeake is one that we've used quite often. But we get informed consent from the patient. And by doing so, that really helps us with like the European Union types of rules, right? You have safe harbor over there, but some of the European privacy rules are a bit in flux right now. But we've been able to stay in bounds because we're getting primary access from the patient, telling them what we're going to do with their data, who's going to have access to it, and getting their explicit consent to share that data, which is really all the privacy rules are requiring. With ABRALE, what we're doing there is we're starting in Brazil. And in particular, there's a large population of thalassemia, CML, AML cancer patients that are represented by ABRALE, and they have a large, contact list of patients in that community. We're starting in Brazil. They're actually going to contact all those patients. They actually have the ability to go into the hospital systems, identify those patients, ask them to come to the program, and give us their medical information, their experience with the disease. But then we're going to expand to Alianza Latina down there, which is 125 advocacy groups, also in the blood disorders, across 21 countries. We've translated the site into Spanish and Portuguese so they can see it in their local language. Then after that, we're going to go to the more rare disease, the MPSs and Sanfilippo type disorders as well. Because it's a tool that it's really pan-disease, right? People that are suffering with the disease, they want to share, they want to tell their story, but you have to do it in a rigorous manner to protect their privacy, to get their consent and share it properly.